Good morning to everyone. In the last lecture, we had discussed about exercise 2.2, and in that, we had completed 6 or 7 numericals in the last lecture. And I have given you some examples in homework like numerical number 12, 13 and 14. These three are in your homework. I hope you had completed it successfully. You got the answer correctly. But someone have some doubt, then let I go through it very quickly. So, exercise 2.2. In that, question number 12. 15 years from now, Ravi's age will be 4 times his present age. What is Ravi's present age? Now, from the question, you can identify very well that which type of age you have to consider. That means here we have to guess the Ravi's present age. So suppose Ravi's present age is X. I don't know what is the value of X, but Ravi's present age be X. Now, there is only one sentence that can form an equation. 15 years from now, Ravi's age will be 4 times his present age. Here, one word may missing, like after 15 years from now, because only one thing is given from now. That means in the question they are talking about the 15 years later from now. So after 15 years, age is equals to the 4 times of his present age. This is our equation. So what is the present age? We are guessing it as X, and after 15 years, that means let me take X plus 15. So this age became after 15 years. Now what is this age? This age became 4 times the present age. Present age is X. So X plus 15 equals to 4X. Got it? Now we get the equation. We can solve it very easily. Here by subtracting X on both sides, we get 15 equals to 3X. And then by taking division of 3 on both sides, we get only X. So here X and 5 both is equal. That means the present age is 5 years. Clear? Ravi's present age is 5 years. Now, let you verify it by going through the same sentence. The sentence is after 15 years from now, that means if I add 15 in 5, total became 20, and this age be 4 times his present age. So 5 4s are 20. Then after 15 years became 20 is equals to the 4 times of the present age, that is also 20. So both age became equal. So our equation is correct. Next problem is 13. It is so simple. The rational number is such that when you multiply it by 5 by 2 and add 2 by 3 to the product, you get minus 7 by 12. What is the number? Let me guess the present number be x. So you have to guess it that suppose the rational number is x. Then if we multiply x with 5 by 2 and let me add the result in 2 by 3, this addition gives the result minus 7 by 12. Now we get the equation. You can solve very well. Then let me solve it. Here 5x by 2, that means here x multiplied by 5 by 2, that is 5x by 2, plus 2 by 3 equals to minus 7 by 12. What is, now let me take subtraction of 2 by 3 on both sides. Here it became 5x by 2 equals to minus 7 by 12 minus 2 by 3. Got it? We are taking additive inverse in both sides. Here result is 0. Here is remaining as it is, minus 2 by 3. Now what is LCM? Here 12 is multiple of 3. So 12 is the LCM. Then here minus 7 minus, to make it denominator 12, I have to multiply and divide by 4. So let I multiply by 4 here and here. There is no change in the value. So here is 4 to the 8. Denominator is common. Minus 7 minus 8 gives minus 15 by 12, and here is 5x by 2. Now let me multiply by 2 by 5 in both sides. Here 5 by 2 is rational number. Let me multiply by 2 by 5 in both sides. What remaining at here? Let me multiply 2 by 5 at here as well as 2 by 5 at here. To make x alone, we are doing this process. 2 will be cancelled and 5 will be cancelled. So here x remains alone. Here for the simplification, 5 3s are 15 and 2 6 are 12, 3 2s are 6. What is remaining? Minus 1 upon 2. Here is only x. So x equals to minus 1 upon 2 is your answer. So this is the rational number which you want. Clear? So by getting the equation from the given sentence, we can solve it very easily. Next question is 14. Now 14, 15 and 16 all are similar. Let me simplify it. Question number 14. Lakshmi is a cashier in a bank. She has currency notes of denominations rupee 100, rupee 50 and rupee 10 respectively. Now, Lakshmi has some denominations of 100, 50 and 10. There are three types of denominations. That means three types of notes. We don't know the number of notes, how many notes of each rupee. The ratio of the number of these notes is 2 gem, 3 gem, 5. From this sentence, we can guess the number of notes. Clear? We had done it in previous lectures that if any number is given in this format, in the ratio format, then we can guess that the number of each note be in multiple of x, where x is a variable at any value. So let me consider that number of rupee 100 notes is equals to, here the ratio is 2 gem, 3 gem, 5. That means the first ratio indicates 100 rupee notes. So we have to consider that there are 2x notes, number of 100 rupee notes equals to 2x. Then number of rupee 50 notes be 3x, and similarly number of rupee 10 notes be 5x. Clear? Now the total cash with Lakshmi is 4 lakh. How many notes of each denomination does she have? Now we have to find the number of notes of each denomination. So we know a result. From that result we can make an equation. So the result is total amount is 4 lakh. So how can we get the amount? So we have to find the total amount of each note. How many amount will be by adding 100 rupee notes? Which amount will be by adding 50 rupee notes? Which amount will be by adding 10 rupee notes? And by adding the all rupee of each currency, we get the total amount. Clear? So first we have to find the amount by using 100 rupee notes. So what is the amount became of 100 rupee notes? Let me take simple example. If I have 500 rupee notes, then how many amount will be? 100 multiplied by number of notes, that is 5. So we get 500 rupee. Clear? If I have 750 rupee notes, then what is the total amount I have? Rupee 350. That means the same way here total rupee became 100, that is 100 rupee notes. And how many notes of 100? There are 2x notes. Clear? So here became rupee 200x. Here became rupee 200x. 100 2s are 200x of 100 rupee notes. This is the total amount of 100 rupee notes. Now the amount of 50 rupee notes. What is the amount of 50 rupee notes? So I have to take 50 multiplied by 3x equals to rupee 150x. Clear? Similarly, the amount of rupee 10 is equals to, here 5x of 10 rupee notes. So 10 multiplied by 5x, we get rupee 50x. Clear? And the total amount became 4 lakh. Clear? Total amount became 4 lakh. So how we get the total amount? By adding this amount. So the total amount is equals to rupee 200x plus rupee 150x plus rupee 50x. What is this addition? 200x plus 150x plus 50x, that is 400x in rupee. Now we know the total amount, that is 4 lakh. Total amount is 4 lakh and here is 400x. So what is the x? By taking 400, by dividing 400 in both sides, here is 400 will be cancelled and here is 20 will be cancelled. Now 4 multiplied by 1000 gives 4000. So what is the x? Here x equals to 1000. Clear? So now we know the result is 1000. Now can we find the number of notes of 100 rupee? Yes, the number of notes of 100 rupee is equals to 2x, where x is 1000. So there are 2000 notes. Clear? Similarly, number of notes of rupee 50 be 3x equals to 3 times 1000. We get 3000 notes. Similarly, for number of notes of rupee 10 is 5x, that is 5 multiplied by 1000 gives 5000. Clear? Here is no unit because these are the number of notes, number of denominations, but not the rupee. These are the not rupee. So we cannot take here the sign of rupee, as well as we cannot here you take a unit rupee. Clear? So these are the number of notes of the given denomination. Clear? The same example is given in numerical number 15. I have a total of rupee 300 in coins of denomination 1, 2 and 5. So we know the total money the same way. There are three type of denominations 1, 2 and 5 and total rupee is similarly 300. Here the total rupee is 4 lakh. Same way the total rupee is 300. The number of rupee 2 coins is 3 times the number of rupee 5 coins. So most important thing is the formation of an equation. Here the formation of equation is like this. Similarly, how can we form the equation? Let me form an equation. Second sentence gives the number of rupee 2 coins is 3 times the number of rupee 5 coins and the total number of coins is 160. Now there are three types of coin rupee 1, 2 and 5. So by using the given data, which coin we should guess? Which number of coins we have to guess? So by taking this guessing of number of rupee 5 coins, the answer became very easily. The solution is very easy. Let me guess it. Let number of rupee 5 coins equals to x. Clear? We are considering that there are x 5 rupee coins. This is the number. Now, what is the second sentence? The number of rupee 2 coins is 3 times the number of rupee 5 coins. What is that? There are 3 times of x is the number of rupee 2 coins. According to this given sentence, the number of 2 rupee coins is 3 times the number of rupee 5 coins. So, number of rupee 2 coins equals to 3x according to the given sentence. Clear or not? The number of rupee 2 coins is 3 times the number of rupee 5 coins. That means 3 times the number of x. Clear? So we get this 3x. And the total number of coins is 160. So how many number of rupee 1 coin? That became 160 minus the addition of these two. That means 3x plus x. By taking this subtraction, we get the number of rupee 1 coin. Clear? So 160 minus 4x is the number of rupee 1 coins, and then the same way total rupee is 300. Then we have to convert the number of coins into the respective rupees by multiplying it with the given coin. So the amount of rupee 5 coins, 5 rupee coins can make an amount 5x. Let me take 5 is a number of rupee multiplied by x is number of coins, we get 5x. Similarly, the amount of rupee 2 coins is equals to 2 multiplied by 3x, that is 6x. Similarly, the amount of rupee 1 coins is equals to this. That means 160 minus 4x multiply by 1. Clear? Multiply by, there are 1 rupees and number of coins are there. So the multiplication is same. That means 160 minus 4x. These are the rupees. 5x is in rupee because we are finding the total amount, and the total amount is 300. What became the total amount? Total amount became the addition of this given amount, that means 5x plus 6x plus 160 minus 4x, and total amount is 300 rupee. Now we get an equation. Can you simplify? 5x plus 6x is 11x minus 4x gives 7x. Here is the addition 7x equals to, now let me subtract 160 in both side. We get here 0. That means 160 minus 160 is 0, and here is 300 minus 160. Now simplify this. 300 minus 160 gives 140, and let me divide both side by 7. What we get here? Here is 1, here is 7. So the x became 20. Got it? X equals to 20. Now we can find the number of 5 rupee coins. So number of rupee 5 coins equals to x, and x is 20. Number of rupee 2 coins became 3x, that is 3 multiplied by 20, 3 to the 60. And number of rupee 1 coins equals to, total is 160 minus 4x, and here the simple way that total number of coins are 160, then we have to subtract 160 minus the addition of these two. Here we are doing this addition of these two, 3x plus x. So we have to add these two, 20 plus 60. This addition is 80, and 160 minus 80 is 80. So we get the total number of currency coins. Clear? So this is the solution of question number 15. Both is very similar to each other. Question number 14 and question number 15, both are similar. But in this case, we have to understand about the guessing number. Which coin, which number of coins we have to guess. This is most important point. And you remember, and sometimes you think that how we can understand that which number we have to guess. The answer is by doing practice. There is no any shortcut to get this simplification, but by taking much more examples, by solving much more problems, you will find that how we can guess unknown number among the given problem or among the given data. Here 3 types of coins are given, but which coin we have to consider? We can guess 2 rupee coins also, but in that time we have to take the 5 rupee coins are x by 3. Clear? Similarly, we can guess the 1 rupee coins also as x. We can solve this very well, but this is somehow difficult to solve. Clear? So by guessing the 5 rupee coin, we can simplify it very easily. We getting only multiplication and addition subtraction only. So it is very simple and very quick instead of the division. Clear? So this is the solution of question number 15, and the last question is 16. The organizers of an easy competition decide that a winner in the competition gets a prize of ₹100. Organizers of an essay competition decide that a winner in competition gets a prize of ₹100 and a participant who does not win gets a prize of ₹25. The total prize money distributed is ₹3,000. Find the number of winners if the total number of participants is 63. Now we have to guess one type of number only. Total participants is 63. So total prize money is ₹3,000. Then which number we have to get? Find the number of winners if the total number of participants is 63. Now question number 16. Let me consider the number of winners be X. We don't know there are only one winner or three winner or maybe some five winners also. If someone gets similar number like 3% get number 1, then the total number of winners may change. So we cannot say that there are only 3 winners or there are only one winner. Clear? So we are taking that number of winners be X. We don't know how many winners are there, but we know that total number of participants are 63. So how many persons are loser? So the remaining persons are the remaining participants are 63 minus X. Get it? Number of winners be X. Then what are the remaining participants? 63 minus X. Now what is the price of price to give winners? ₹100 to each. So the total prize money distributed among the winners be X times 100. Clear? Total prize money. Not the total, but the prize money distributed among the winners equals to 100 into X, because there are 100 rupees given to each winner and there are X winners. So total prize money distributed among the winners be 100X. So what is the remaining prize money? The left prize money, or the prize money distributed among the remaining participants. equals to rupee 25, and the number of participants are 63 minus x. So this is the total prize money which is distributed among the remaining participants, and total prize money is 3000. So this is the prize money distributed among winners, and this is the prize money distributed among the remaining participants. And we know that the total prize money is 3000. Then by addition of the given prize money we get 3000, and there is only one unknown, only one variable. We can find the equation that total prize money equals to rupee 3000. Then 100x plus 25 into 63 minus x equals to also 3000. Got it? The prize money distributed among winners plus prize money of distributed among remaining participants is 3000. Now this is an equation, you can solve it very easily. Let us solve it. 100x plus 25 multiplied by 63. So let me multiply it here. One 1575 minus 25x equals to 3000. Now let me subtract 1575 in both sides. Here the first simplification is 100x minus 25x. What is that subtraction? Is 75x equals to 3000 here plus 1575. Now let me subtract 1575 in both sides. Here subtraction is 0 and here is as it is. So what is the subtraction? 1575, that is 1425, and here is 75x. So x equals to 1425 divided by 75, by dividing 75 on both sides. What is this division? 1425 divided by 75. 75 2s are 150, so it is 75 1s are 75, and subtraction is 67. Clear? Subtraction is 67. Here is 5. Seventy-five sevens are 675. 75 sevens are, sorry, nines are 75 nines are 675, because 75 eights are 600, 75 eights are 600, 75 nines are 675. Remainder is 0. So the answer is 19. So the number of winners be 19. This is our question. How many numbers of winners if the total participants is 63? So the number of winners are 19. There are 90 winners in the SI competition. So you can guess about yourself that which number you get. You may take any number. Clear? So total number of winners are 19. Here exercise number 2.2 is completed. This is question number 16, last one. Now solving some equations having a variable on both sides. Such type of examples also we had solved. Clear? So we will do it in next lecture. Today we have discussed about some remaining numericals of exercise 2.2, and today we had discussed some number problem like a rational number, how we get a rational number. Then we had discussed about the finding of number of coins and number of rupee denominations, as well as we had learnt about how we guess the unknown number, and the logic behind is that we should do more practice. Clear? So for today we discuss these things, and next topic we will do in next lecture. Till that time, thank you.